Hi, my name is Maya, and I'm Maya the Simmer. If you are new to my channel, hey, what's up? Hello. Hope you're having a great day. If you've been subscribed to me before, liked my videos, did anything to support me, thank you so much. This video is just for you, and you are a real one. This video is a Sims 4 makeover, and I'm making over the Sims in an 1890 versus Alpha fashion. I want to shout out everyone that let me use one of their Sims. This Sim right here is Mia Chapman, I think last name, but Mia Chapman, I believe, and she was given to me by Sire Troyer on the gallery, and Sire Troyer underscore on Instagram. I'm going to link or put all the Instagram names on the screen as a form of a shout out, because thank you so much for subscribing to me. The next one is from XOXO Sims 0228, or Witchy is Sims on Instagram, she is probably one of my closest Sims friends that I gained since starting my channel. She's the sweetest person ever. She does stories on her Instagram, and her stories are amazing, like amazing stories, amazing edits. Follow her on Instagram. Next we have Natalie Collins, I believe the name is, and she was given to me by Princess Rosie 97 on the gallery, or random simmergirl.simsrp on Instagram. She also does stories, amazing stories, and she also has a YouTube channel, which I'll be linking on the screen. Make sure you support them as well. The next one we have is Danielle Matthews, and she was given to me by JJ Music Pro on the gallery, and TS4 Simmer_XO on Instagram. I believe she does edits as well. The last one was Asia Smith, and she was given to me by 1223, which I think is a French name, and I know the 12 is probably in French too, but I'm terrible at French and I won't butcher it. This person asked me not to give out their Instagram name, which I respect. So the first thing we are going to do is do a coin flip. Heads is for decades, tails is for alpha. That's how I decided, because it was 50-50 split, and she got tails, which means an alpha makeover for her. This is the Mia Chapman, and what I did was I did a poll on my Instagram, and I asked you all, I was like, do you want an 1890s maker or alpha? And it was literally like 49% to 51%, so I had to just do a coin flip to decide what kind of makeover they got. So it was really interesting, because I had to put myself in different mind spaces to create them or recreate them if they were alpha. So the alpha ones tended to be a little easier, and she was very easy to work with. She was a solid base, and she was very pretty, so it wasn't like I had to do much. And I actually think that the original was so much more better than what I came up for her, and I kept her aesthetic the same because I love the aesthetic that she was given by her creator, so I wanted to do that as well for her. It took me forever to find a decent blush for the nose, because she had blush on her nose in her gallery picture, and I never use blush on the nose, so I don't have that many options, and I was trying to find something that still gave that same feeling. She gave me like a really sweet girl vibe. Like, she was sweet, like she's athletic, a genius, and childish. And I just thought she was like a really sweet girl. I want to add her to Let's Play. Probably I will add her to my Rags to Riches. Just put her in the world. I plan on adding all of these Sims into some type of series, stories. I don't plan on having them just sit there. And for sure, she is going to get added to a series when I'm done with her. I keep going back to the gallery picture for her, because I did not know where to go, and I wanted to keep her hair the same but yet different. So I settled on this one with clips in her hair, because she had clips in her hair in the gallery picture. I was going back and forth between this one, because this is also another good hair, but I don't know. I ended up settling on this one. This is the first one I did, so I think I was really nervous for her, because I've never done a makeover your Sims video challenge, nothing like that before. So I was just nervous to do her. So hers took the longest out of all of the makeovers. Once I finished her face, the outfits came pretty easy, because I have that aesthetic that was given to her by her creator. I had that aesthetic in my game already, so I had a feeling in my mind what I was going to do for her clothing wise. So yeah, I think I settled on these pants just a little darker. For the shoes, I think I just do a low version of the shoes she already had on in an orange color. She turned out really cute. I can see her being friends with Nyla and Zion in my decades challenge. Uh, so that's, or I said decades. I mean, Nyla and Zion in my Rags to Riches challenge. So that is where I think I'm placing her. But thank you so much for the sim. She was beautiful, and I hope I did her justice for you. I ended up changing a little of the sliders of all the sims just to fit my aesthetic once they enter my game. Nothing really too drastic. The next one is Cameron Payne, and Cameron Payne is one of my favorite characters on Witch's Sims. So when she said I can use him, I was like so happy. And then he got heads for Decades Challenge, and I was shook. Like, I did not know what to do for Cameron Payne for Decades Challenge because one, he's a spellcaster, and I wasn't gonna change his occult, because that's the whole aesthetic of Witch's Sims. That's their Instagram is set on like witches. So I was like, yeah, gonna keep him a witch, but I didn't know what to do for like the look I wanted to give him. And I decided since he was evil, I'm gonna keep that aesthetic of like being evil for him. And she does an amazing job of knowing like how to do features and then put a skin on it to make them look good. And I didn't have the skin that she used, so I was struggling so hard to get his facial features to look good like she does. But I think I did him justice. You have to let me know in the comments. But I gave him Booker's hair, and he looked. Once I put the hair on him, I was like, okay, from here, I know where to go. I'm gonna put some facial hair on him, and I think I was like, when I saw him, I was like, he has to get added later on in my Decades Challenge. Like, I see him in like the 1900s, the late 1900s, maybe like an evil character, adversary for Freddy growing up. So yeah, I think I might make him a teen, and when Freddy's a teen, I add him to the game because I love him so much, and I ended up giving him not even 1890s look, more of a 1900s, 1910s, even pushing on the 1920s. But I gave him these suspenders shirts, and I wanted to still dress him in black because I know that his character wears black on Witchy Sims Instagram story. So I kept him in black, but then he's the only one that got two outfits just because he was the only boy that was given to me to make over. And you know, I love male sims. Everyone, like, I have a whole series with a male sim as a lead because I love playing with male sims. So I had to give him two outfits. Yeah, and he looks so good. I hope you like him, and I hope I did him justice. Let me know though in the comments if I butchered his 1890s makeover. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go back and show you. Oh no, I moved on to the next one. This one was Natalie Collins, aka Tally. She's also a lead in an Instagram story. And she got tails, which was alpha, which I was so happy about because I never make sims like that look like her. So for her, I think I went all out with like a sweet perfectionist look, and she didn't have a last trait, and I believe the last trait I gave her was perfectionist after I made her over though. And like you can see me sitting here stalling with her because I was just thinking of like what type of outfit look I wanted to do for her. And I went to the Instagram story that she's on and looked at like her personality. And I hope I did her justice. The skin color for me was the hardest just because I barely make white sims anymore. I used to a lot. So it was just hard for me to find the right skin tone for her. I hope I did her justice in the end. I ended up changing her skin tone towards the end. I was also happy to look through all the blue eyes I have because I never get to use really blue eyes. And yeah, I think I did her eyes justice. I had to change her chin out because whatever skin was used on her originally took away that chin. Like she had a smoother chin. So that's what I did for her. Finding a skin mixed with freckles overlay for her was so hard. I never do freckles because my freckles never are compatible with my skin. So I just tend not to use freckles if I'm going to use a skin overlay. So it took me forever to find the nice combination of a nice skin and a nice freckle combination because I was not going to give up using freckles on her. I think the freckles were amazing and it fits her personality so much. Like that's what Natalie Collins was known for. Like when you look at her on Instagram, that's what you see. So I was like, yeah, the freckles have to stay. I think I end up getting it where I was happy with it, um, and happy with like what skin I used on her, with the freckles. But it took me so long to do, so long to do. But she turned out cute, and I really think she was a cute sim. She's another one that when I got to the end of her, I didn't know what series I wanted to put her in, so I think I'm gonna hold off on the series for her, because I plan on starting a whole bunch of new series on my channel. I have a series in mind that I really, really, really want to start, so I think I'm going to hold off on adding her, and maybe add her as like a friend to the main character for that series, because I think she fits the storyline so well. When I got to this hair, I was like, perfect, boom. The bang, the color was so close to her original. Of course, I went to look around at different hairs, but there was nothing like that one. That one right there was really good, and it looked really, I feel like out of all the makeovers, she looks the most similar out of her original one, which I don't know. Depending on you look at it, I think I did her justice. It took me forever to find a dress for her too, just to give you a warning, because I knew a dress I wanted to give her, but I couldn't find it, and I wanted to give her a short dress, like short dress and heels. That's where I see her in my mind. So I kept looking for that one short dress. I end up finding it, and thank goodness I did, because Chef Kiss, it looks perfect on her. The color goes so well with her skin color and her hair. So yeah, it took me forever. I was leaning towards this one too because that color, but I knew I wanted, this is the dress. This is the dress right here. I love this dress, and I never get to use it because I never have a sim that fits this personality of a really, really, really sweet girl. So I ended up going for this look with a bow heel, because the bow in the back of the dress matched it so well. And she was like the only one that I went all out with accessories for, because she reminds me of like someone that writes their notes in like color order. Like, you know, that type of girl. Like, she's really just, she has her life together. When I see Natalie Collins, that's what I think. Not on the if you see her on Instagram story, not necessarily, but for this look, I definitely gave her like a sweet girl vibe, and I think I'm really happy with her and how she turned out. Like I said, this was my first makeover challenge, and I messed up her eyes, so I had to keep going back to try to fix her eyes because I slid them too much. It took me forever. I end up giving her like a dark eye look, which I think fits her face really good. And then I gave her some blush, and then I think I threw some pink lips on her because pink lips look amazing on her. Just saying. She's the only one that got the poses at the end because I was looking for a trait for her. But look at her go. I think I ended up on Perfectionist. I hope you like her. The next one was Danielle Matthews. Now, she got Heads, which was Decades Makeover. And let me tell you something. This was my favorite makeover I did of the day because she is so pretty. And like, when I made her, you're gonna see towards the end, I go back to Cameron Payne because I'm like, okay, her and Cameron Payne look like they are going to be like a couple that just wrecks my whole Decades challenge, and I couldn't wait because like, her eyes were beautiful. I gave her like a sleepy eye, which I love sleepy eyes, and then her skin overlay was beautiful. But then what really did it for me was that I went back and I added like accessory eyes over her eyes, and I never do that, and it looked so good on her that I'm shook that I never did it before. Like, why would I never do it before? And I ended up giving her this hair, which is going to be Harriet's hair on her wedding. Or no, actually no, I gave her this one. I thought I gave her the other one, but she turns out really, really, really pretty. And I was like, she can be like someone that I add in later on for like Freddie as like a potential future wife. But then when I did the next makeover too, I thought the same thing, just because she's just really pretty, and I want her genes in my family somehow, in the Wilson family somehow. Her legs goes away because the skin I'm using, that skin is glitched, but because the 90s or 1890s dresses are so long, I did not care. So yeah, I settled on a dress that's like a dark dress because I don't know, I just see her like in a darker type of 1890s dress, and I leaned her more towards the beginning of 1890s, even though right now in my series we're like pushing on the 1900s. But yeah, that dress looked amazing on her. I'm gonna pull out so you can see. I love that hat, and I can't wait to use that hat on my Sims. But hats for the 1890s, if you never made an 1890s Sims, hats are the hardest part to find. So I just slapped her bonnet on her, because the bonnet color matched the dress so well. But yeah, we're pulling up on the end of her. I think I just threw a necklace on her. Yep. And then this is like what the end look was for her. I love her. But then I went back to Cameron because I'm like, oh, they look good. I can't wait to add them to my Decade Challenge. For sure, I think Decade Challenge beat out Alpha for the better makeovers. And I was shocked because I never make 1890 Sims. Like, she also had heads for 1890s as well, which was, it was easy because she was a base game Sim. Most of the stuff she had on was base game with some CC added, like her hair. So it was easy for me because all I had to really do was change a little sliders around, but the base of the Sim was really, really good. When I finished her, I was like, okay, so she's like basically the complete opposite of Danielle Matthews. Asia Smith was way more sweeter looking. Like, Danielle Matthews looks like she'll cut your throat. And then Asia Smith looked more like the girl next door. So I can see a competing storyline maybe for Freddie and two girls. Or maybe Freddie likes Danielle, Danielle likes Cameron, and Asia likes Freddie. I'm going to have to change her name because it just doesn't fit the 1890s if I do add her, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to add her into my story because she was just so beautiful, so sweet looking. Yeah, I ended up changing a lot of sliders on her just because the skin I wanted to use for her, it didn't do her justice with how her sliders were. I hope you're not too mad if I change the sliders. I still think in the end she looked like the original Asia Smith, just 1890s. But you have to let me know in the comments. I think I'm almost done with her face. Yeah, I'm done with her face now. And then it was the hair. My thing with 1890s and when I do 1890 looks is that it's mostly Alpha or Max's hair, which I don't use. I don't use Max's match at all until I started the Decade Challenge. So I like tried really hard for this makeover to add Alpha hair, but it just wasn't looking right with the 1890s hat. So I ended up going back and choosing a Max's match hair for her. It looks really good though. She looked good. I didn't want to go for the bonnet route again. I wanted to give her a nice hat to fit the era, and I wanted to give her more of a pink dress since Danielle had the red one, and I wanted them to be like opposites of each other. Also, let's talk about her traits. Neat, perfectionist, and self-assured definitely fit into the 1890s, and she wants a big happy family. I believe that was her aspiration. So yeah, definitely put her in, and it's definitely going to be a competition between Danielle and Asia for Freddie. So one of them may become the heir's next wife, and she may be into the series, which I'm excited about. But yeah, I think it was hard to find a hat that fit on this hair. I don't think I ended up adding a hat, actually. I think I just like scrapped the hat and went for nothing on the hair, which I think she looks beautiful. Beautiful. So yeah, that was all 5 makeovers. Here's like a recap of their looks. I hope the original creators aren't too mad about like the makeover I did. This week I have Decades Challenge coming out, and I'm going to try to record Blind Love, and then I don't know how I'm feeling about Rags to Riches, but maybe Rags to Riches will come out, or another Decades Challenge, because I'm really feeling Decades Challenge so recently. So yeah, might see more videos of that, and I can't wait to add these Sims into my series. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because my next goal is 300. So yeah, I'm gonna do probably another giveaway when I get on 300 subscribers. Thank you for watching the video. Bye.